It is time to get up from your table. Welcome to 5-Minute Gospel Reflections. I'm Dr. Ben Safransky. Today I want to talk about why the church has picked this gospel passage for us today. The passage about Jesus calling Levi, the tax collector, to get up from his table and follow him. Well, the reason that the church has picked this passage is because this is one of the most famous and powerful stories of conversion and following Christ in the New Testament. Why is this such a big story of conversion? Well, to understand that, we have to understand what it means to be a tax collector. As a tax collector, Levi would have been one of the most hated people in Jesus' day among his fellow Jews. And that's not just because nobody likes the tax man. Remember that in Jesus' day, the land that the Jews lived in was occupied by a foreign oppressor, Rome. And when your country is dominated by a foreign nation, who are going to be the most hated people in the nation? They're going to be the natives who collaborate with the foreign oppressor. That's exactly what Levi is. We know he's a Jew because Levi is a Jewish name, and also because we know that this is how the Roman Empire worked. They would not have exported a lot of administrative workers like tax collectors from Rome to a country that they ruled, like Israel. Instead, they would have recruited local collaborators to do that. In addition, tax collectors in the ancient world were basically always grifters. They were kind of strongman. A tax collector's job was to give his bosses a certain amount of money. And the way he made his living was by getting more than that from the people he was collecting taxes from. And so tax collectors often were taking as much as they could from the people under their responsibility. They weren't just collecting a certain percentage like the IRS does now. So Levi is sinning against the nation of Israel, and he's hated by his countrymen. So I think that this passage gives us a reminder that no matter what we have done, no matter what we are doing right now, Jesus is walking by our table. And we can stand up. We can follow him. We can walk away from that sinfulness and leave it there. Now, of course, that doesn't mean that your conversion or my conversion is necessarily going to be immediate or total, but it does mean that Christ is walking by your table, calling you, and it means that you can follow him. So today I would like to challenge you to do a good and careful examination of conscience. If you don't have an examination of conscience, Google it. You'll find some really good ones online that will help you think about the kinds of things that might be in your life, the things that you might be beholden to, that you really need to leave behind, that God is calling you to stand up and walk away from. For me, these things are usually present in the back of my mind. I feel like I often know what the sins are that are in my life, that are hanging around, that are keeping me in their shackles, that I just haven't given totally over to Christ yet. It's usually eating away at me a little bit. And so I want to challenge you, as I challenge myself, to think about what those hard things are that you're having trouble leaving behind. To tell Christ that with his help, you want to get up from that table and follow him. Good luck. I'm praying for you, and God bless you.